Aquaman, film, reception. Box office. As of January 13, 2019, Aquaman has grossed $287.9 million in the United States and Canada, and $732.4 million in other territories, for a total worldwide gross of $1.020 billion. Domestically. The day after announcing the early Amazon screenings, Aquaman's first 24-hour pre-sale totals became the highest in the history of Atom tickets, beating out Avengers: Infinity War, as well as outpacing Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, another film Amazon Prime offered early to subscribers, the previous December. The film made $2.9 million from the Amazon preview screenings at 1,225 theaters, higher than the $1.86 million made by Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. In the United States and Canada, Aquaman was released alongside Bumblebee, Second Act, and Welcome to Marwen, and was projected to gross $65 to $70 million in its opening weekend, and $120 million over its first 5 days, with some tracking figures going as high as $150 million. The film made $28 million on its first day, including $9 million from Thursday night previews, a total of $13.7 million including the Amazon screenings and a Wednesday preview. It went on to debut to $67.9 million, $73.2 million including all early showings, topping the box office but marking the lowest opening of the two. It then made $11 million on Monday and $22.1 million on Christmas Day, one of 6 films to ever gross over $20 million on the holiday. Its 5-day total opening was $105.7 million. The film made $52.1 million in its second weekend, a drop of 23%, as well as $10.1 million on New Year's Eve and $16.8 million on New Year's Day. The film then remained in first for a third consecutive weekend, grossing $31 million. The film made $17.3 million in its fourth weekend of release but was upset by the upside, which exceeded expectations to debut to $19.6 million and dethrone Aquaman atop the box office. Other territories. In China, where the film was released 2 weeks prior to its U.S. debut, the film made $24.6 million, 169.5 million yen, on its first day, representing 86% of the market share and setting a Warner Bros. Opening day record in the country. It went on to debut to $93.6 million, 644.8 million yen, marking the best ever opening for the two, Warner Bros. In a December release in the country. It also overtook the entire lifetime gross of Wonder Woman there in just 3 days. The film grossed $12.99 million on Monday, thus crossing $100 million, $107.7 million. By Thursday, its 5th day of release, the film had made $135.3 million, surpassing the lifetime totals of every solo Marvel Cinematic Universe film. As of January 6, 2019, the film has grossed $283.97 million in China. Critical response. On review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes, the film holds an approval rating of 64% based on 316 reviews, with an average rating of 6/10. The website's critical consensus reads, Aquaman swims with its entertainingly ludicrous tide, offering up CGI superhero spectacle that delivers energetic action with an emphasis on good old-fashioned fun. Metacritic surveyed 49 critics' reviews and assessed 22 as positive, 21 as mixed and 6 as negative. The website assigned an aggregate score of 55 out of 100, indicating mixed or average reviews. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of A on an A+ to F scale, while those at PostTrack gave it an 82% overall positive score and a 69% definite recommend. Peter de Bruges of Variety criticized the dialogue but praised Wan's direction, the production design, and the final act, writing, "The biggest surprise here is how, after the running time of a standard-length film has elapsed, Aquaman suddenly kicks the movie up a level for the finale. At just the moment this critics size tend to glaze over in superhero movies, typically, as the villain goes nuclear and a portal to another dimension opens, threatening to destroy the planet, Wan unleashes a massive deep-sea battle on par with The Lord of the Rings." Germain Lussier of IO9 wrote, Aquaman is all about spectacle. It's filled with ambition. It's always about trying to put the coolest, most imaginative sequence on screen at every single turn of the story, no matter what the cost. Writing for the Wrap, William Bibbiani called the film a weird and wonderful superhero adventure that strives, and almost succeeds, to be the most epic superhero movie ever made. Writing for Rolling Stone, Peter Travers gave the film 2.5 stars, praising Wan's ambition and Momoa's performance but criticizing the plot and dialogue. Writing, Aquaman is a mess of clashing tones and shameless silliness, but a relief after all the franchise's recent superhero gloom. Chris Nashawati of Entertainment Weekly graded the film a C, writing, "It can't decide if it wants to be silly or serious, a superhero movie or a parody of one." Unfortunately, the bloated, waterlogged film is loaded with crummy CGI, cheesy costumes, and groaner dialogue delivered by actors who are too good to traffic in such nonsense. For the Chicago Tribune, Michael Phillips gave the film 1.5 stars out of 4, criticizing the film's script and Wan's direction, saying, "Watching this movie is like spending 2 hours and 27 minutes staring at a gigantic aquarium full of digital sea creatures and actors on wires, pretending to swim." Accolades.